Hola amigos, welcome to yet another episode of Pastry here at News 9 with me Sakshi Singh Litoria. Without any further ado, heading straight towards our first segment of Nostalgia Nuggets. Let's try to talk about the life and legacy of Shefali Jariwala, from Kaanta Laga Girl to a sudden goodbye that she delivered to us. Shefali Jariwala, best remembered as the dazzling Kaanta Laga Girl, was more than just a pop culture icon of the early 2000s. Her journey, marked by instant fame, personal battles, resilience, and an untimely death, highlighted the complex dance between stardom as well as vulnerability. Born on December 15th, 1982, in Ahmedabad of Gujarat, Shefali rose to fame overnight with her bold look in the 2002's remix of Kaanta Laga. The backless top denim miniskirt and her confident presence broke stereotypes and made her a national sensation long before viral videos were even a thing, and YouTube was in fact in the picture. She went on to appear in Mujhse Shaadi Karogi back in the year of 2004 and the Kannada film Hudugaru, and featured in stage shows, web series like Baby Kamna from 2018 and reality TV as well. Her second wave of popularity came through reality shows like Nach Bali and Bigg Boss 13, where she impressed audiences with her authenticity as well as strength. On Bigg Boss, she was praised for her sharp mind, fearless opinions, and grace under pressure. Behind the scenes, Shefali Jariwala, though, battled epilepsy since the age of 15. She managed the condition with fitness, yoga, and lifestyle changes, and in fact also spoke openly about it to raise awareness. Her personal life was equally eventful. Her first marriage to Harmeet Singh from Meet Bros ended in a controversial divorce, where she later spoke up about domestic abuse. Then in year of 2014, she found love again with actor Parag Tyagi. The two were often seen as an ideal couple. Shefali also expressed a deep desire to adopt a baby girl, a dream she actively pursued but could not fulfill. On June 27th of 2025, tragedy struck. After hosting a Satyanarayan Puja at her home and observing a religious fast, Shefali Jariwala reportedly consumed leftover food and underwent an IV anti-aging treatment. That night, she suddenly felt unwell, collapsed, and then was rushed to the hospital. She was declared dead on arrival. She was just 42 years old. Initial reports pointed to cardiac arrest likely caused by sudden drop in blood pressure. Her history of epilepsy, fasting, and the IV treatment were all the factors under scrutiny as far as the investigation is concerned. No foul play as of now has been suspected, but samples were also preserved for further tests. Experts have since warned of the dangers of combining extreme wellness practices with medical vulnerabilities. Tributes poured in from celebrities and fans alike. Her dance, confidence, and candid voice on issues like mental health and women's empowerment left an indelible impact. Shefali Jariwala was a woman of many layers: a dancer, a dreamer, a survivor, a star. Her life reminds us that even those who shine brightly carry silent struggles. And though her story ended far too soon, her legacy of courage and sparkle lives on. May she rest in peace. Time for our second segment of Popcorn Pick of the Week. This time around, we are suggesting you to watch Lafange, a slice of life story that hits home. In the vast ocean of Indian web content, where high-octane thrillers and grand family dramas often dominate, Lafange on Amazon MX Player sails in with quiet sincerity. Directed by Prem Mistry and crafted by writers Abhishek and Ankit Yadav, Lafange is a grounded, heartfelt coming-of-age story that finds its strength in the everyday struggles of Indian youth. Yes, it's not trying to be flashy or revolutionary, it simply wants to be real, and that's exactly why it works. Set in the dusty bylanes of Noida, Lafange follows the lives of three friends: Chaitanya, being played by Anuj Singh Dhaka, Rohan, being played by Gagan Arora, and Kamlesh, also known as Kamesh, being played by Harsh Beniwal. Each character brings a different shade of aspiration and anxiety to the screen. Chaitanya is the hardworking middle-class boy battling student loan debt and also societal pressure. Rohan is stuck between his career dreams and a complicated romantic relationship. Kamlesh is a light-hearted charmer trying to make peace between his easygoing attitude and the burdens of family expectations. The show does not chase after dramatic twists or shocking revelations. Instead, it leans into the mundaneness of life, job interviews, family tensions, heartbreak, and late-night rooftop confessions. It's a story we have all lived in some way or another, and that relatability becomes its biggest strength. Want to know more about it? Listen into the cast itself. We have got the conversation with them. Take a look.
Hi everyone, speaking to Patreon Newsline with me, Sakshi Singh. Litoria is Team Lafange, and I am not saying that in an insulting way. It's quite literally. The movie's name is here, as you can spot. And the two very, very famous faces here, Harsh Benewal, Saloni. I am a very huge fan of both of them. I have been watching Harsh for years. And look at the transformation the guy has gone through, of course. And Saloni, of course, love her content. Harsh, first of all, let me begin by congratulating you. Recently, आप मामा बने, एक नहीं दो.
या थैंक यू सो मच यार, दो खुशियाँ एक साथ आई है, लफंगे भी आ गया और भांजा भांजी भी आए हैं और अच्छी बात है कि एक लड़का एक लड़की हुए हैं, कंप्लीट फैमिली बन गई।
और अगर कोई लफंगे बोल रहा है तो इज दैट साउंडिंग इंसल्टिंग टू
हमने जानबूझ कर ही रखा है और ये डिजर्व भी करता है सुनना।
वो मेरे को देख के शो का नाम पड़ा है।
So tell us more about it because I saw the trailer. It looks like it's going to be about friendship, it's going to be about growth, but what else is there?
यार इट्स अबाउट दुनिया, दोस्ती और सपने एंड 3 लड़के हैं जो सपने देख रहे हैं और दुनिया में मतलब उनको लफंगे मान रहे हैं और ऐसा नहीं है वो लफंगे नहीं हैं, वो मतलब आई मीन के जब तक वो कुछ करते नहीं लाइफ में, अचीव नहीं करते तो लोग उनको लफंगे ही बोलते हैं, लोगों को किसी को भी लफंगे बोलेंगे। तो इनकी वही कोशिश जारी है कि यार हम कुछ अचीव करें ताकि लफंगे का जो स्टैम्प है उनकी लाइफ से हट जाए। तो बस यही है शो एंड आप देखो क्या परफॉर्म होता है।
Saloni, because you are known for a lot of realistic and relatable content that you post on your social media profiles. But if I could ask you, how real were you and how relatable this character that you've been playing in Lafange is going to be to real life, Saloni?
I think it's quite relatable. Comedy उतनी नहीं है मेरे कैरेक्टर में, I would say, but practical बहुत ज़्यादा हूँ, जो कि मैं real life में भी हूँ।
Are you still thankful that your parents have let you pursue your passion, but now you are going to achieve bigger things and आपने MBA नहीं किया? You still thankful?
I think अब तो मेरे पेरेंट्स भी थैंकफुल हैं इस चीज़ के लिए, not just me।
हर्ष, मुझे पता है दिल्ली के हैं आप, मुंबई दिल्ली में अब अगर कंपैरिजन करूं, आफ्टर यू हैव हिट दैट शॉट, यू हैव बिकम फेमस, यू आर नोन टू मेनी फेमस पीपल आल्सो, यू आर वन अमंग्स देम। अब मुंबई और दिल्ली के बीच में चूज करना पड़ेगा।
यार एनी डे चाहे मैं कुछ भी अचीव कर लूँ, दिल्ली नहीं निकलेगी दिल से यार, वो तो एनी डे कभी पूछ लो आप मेरे से, चाहे मैं कितना अचीव कर लूँ, चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए ना, दिल्ली नहीं जाएगी दिल से।
डेली बेसिस कंटेंट बनाना which is very relatable and then following a strict script in front of the cameras, how difficult is it and what kind of techniques do you use to switch on and switch off?
यार मेरे लिए तो स्क्रिप्ट जो ये वाला है ये ज़्यादा आसान होती है क्योंकि लिखता कोई और है, हमको बस हमारा कैरेक्टर दर्शाना होता है, हमारी जो मेहनत है वो एक्टिंग पे जाती है सिर्फ। पर जो खुद की रील्स होती है आई गेस आई एम प्रीटी श्योर इस भी होता होगा कि हर चीज़ में घुसना है, लिखने से लेके इन दैन एडिटिंग भी करना है, उसका देखना है शॉट कैसे लेने हैं, डायरेक्शन भी खुद करनी है। तो हम प्रीटी श्योर कि सेम चीज़ इसके साथ भी होती है जो मेरे साथ होती है। तो मुझे ये काम तो बहुत आसान लगता है और मैं चाहता हूँ जिंदगी भर यही करता रहूँ।
यहाँ तो ये मस्ती में अपने 4 दोस्त लेके आ जाता है बस।
मेरे 4 दोस्त नहीं कहते, ऑनट्राज कहते हैं उन्हें।
Last but not the least, because we are speaking about the show, I would want you to speak out your favorite dialogues from the show.
यार जैसे ट्रेलर में ही है वो डायलॉग कि मुझे लगता है अपना टाइम नहीं आएगा, अपना टाइम लेके आना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि बहुत लोग होते हैं वेट करते हैं टाइम आएगा, नहीं, मेहनत करो, टाइम लेके आओ।
Thank you so much for speaking to News9. All the very best. And we just spoke to him a week ago for Jewel Thief. Probably 2025 is going to be Gagan Arora's year, ladies and gentlemen. Gagan, लफंगे के साथ आप आ गए। इंसल्ट नहीं कर रही हूँ मैं आपको, आपकी सीरीज का नाम लफंगे है, मैं ये बता रही हूँ। What kind of character are you playing in this one?
I'm playing a boy next door. I'm playing a boy who's lived a very protected life. I'm playing a character who is amongst all of us at this point of time who thinks that zindagi mein pyar hi sab kuch hota hai. And if I get the girl of my dreams, everything's going to be simple, everything's going to be gloomy. But what happens is you understand कि पैसा लाइफ में कितना important होता है and how we kind of think कि नहीं हमारे को सब मिल जाएगा, प्यार मिल जाएगा. This is a journey of me being in that bubble and that bubble kind of bursting when it comes to real life like all of us.
अब तो मुंबई आप शिफ्ट हो गए, coming back to Delhi. So how is home feeling now?
Oh, it always feels amazing. I love the food here. I love the people here. And कितने instances हुए कि हम यहाँ पे शूट कर रहे हैं and people would come to us and they'll be like कि चलो आप हमारे घर में खाना खाओ. And the roof that we have shot on, this roof that we have shot on, वहाँ पर जितने बार हम शूट करने गए उन्होंने हमें सेट का खाना खाने ही नहीं दिया. They were constantly like, please come to our house, we want to feed you food. And हम लोग उनको बोलते थे, मैम आंटी हम लोग डाइट कर रहे हैं, प्लीज आप, बट वो इतने प्यार से खिलाते हैं. दिल्ली के लोग और दिल्ली का खाना, I don't have words for it.
मुंबई वाले बुरा ना मान जाए.
मुंबई तो अभी प्यार हुआ है. दिल्ली तो हमारा पहला प्यार है.
You and Harsh have shared screen together before as well. How was the bonhomie this time around? Has anything changed from previous years?
Nothing at all, nothing. He's a phenomenal actor. We share an amazing chemistry. Actually, all three of us, me, Harsh, Anuj Singh Laka, we had an amazing time shooting. पता ही नहीं चला कब time निकल गया. और जब से shoot खत्म है तब से भी ऐसा ही लग रहा है. It's nothing changed. The WhatsApp group is still that active. पूरा दिन वहाँ पे बदतमीजी चलती रहती है.
I know I have spoken to you about this already, but Bagga is something that could have put you in a stereotype box, right? And this time around, you have already told us about your character. It's going to be a boy next door in a romantic love story, of course, and we have seen your pairing in college romance as well. How is this one going to strike the chord with the audience?
See, it's a very different ball game altogether. When you look at what's been happening in college romance, it's a very West Delhi loud character who's just out there love. This is a very introvert character who's trying to find love.
Amazing. Thank you so much for speaking to News9. All the very best.
Now it's time for entertainment wrap of the week, where we bring you the top entertaining headlines from the nation and across the globe. So take a look. Paresh Rawal returns to Hera Fairy 3. BTS is back. All 7 members reunited and engaged with fans in their first live session after completing military services. Despite the backlash, Diljit Dosanjh still remains a part of Border 2, releases a BTS video as well. Shefali Jariwala, famously known as the Kaanta Laga Girl, passed away at the age of 42 due to cardiac arrest. Abhishek Bachchan and Shah Rukh Khan will be reuniting for King. Both the actors last worked together for Farah Khan's Happy New Year. Kantara fans are super excited as Chapter 1 is finally going to be released. The release date has been announced, which is October 2nd of 2025. Karan Kundra addressed the constant social media chatter about his relationship with Tejasvi Prakash. While sharing the screenshots on Instagram story, he said, "Spend some more money, my well-wishers. This is clearly not working so far." Squid Game Season 3 is #1 trending on Netflix in every country. The series got a release despite getting the mixed reviews. Ban on many Pakistani artists' Instagram accounts has been lifted, but Hania Amir and Fawad Khan still remain blocked. Singer Katy Perry had an emotional moment on stage as she broke down in tears during her final show of the Australian leg of her Lifetime tour. The first performance since Lucifer split from actor Orlando Bloom came out after 9 years of dating. And last but not the least, a very unordinary and interesting conversation that we have got for you. For Crispy Chats of the Week, we sat down to speak with Kajol for her latest release, Ma. Take a look at what she has to say. It's not going to be a very ordinary one, ladies and gentlemen. It's a special show for Page 3 here at News9 with me, Sakshi Singh Litoria. And I'm not going to introduce my guest for the show today in that ordinary manner. Like I said, she's the OG. She's the trendsetter, everybody's favorite, the bundle of energy, the smile that can kill thousands. Our very own Kajol. You're an asset, Kajol. You have spent 34 years in this industry and now Ma is coming. So let me begin by asking you, what's the significance and meaning of Ma in your life?
Significance is huge. I've always been a believer in Ma. I've always felt her hand on my head, her hand on my back, supporting me, holding me. And I've always believed that my mother and her are the same. I don't think she would hold it against me if I said that. Ma for me has a lot of layers, actually, the title of the film. The title of the film initially was a working title, which we thought we might rename later. But then we realized towards the end that there was no better title that could, because it has so many layers to it. We're talking about the mother, we're talking about our actual physical mother, we're talking about ourselves, we're talking about the layers, we're talking about the divine feminine, we're talking about, the maternal instinct to protect, save, and so it was all of that put together. So, and mother is the same word that is uttered in every language across the world. So it's the same emotion as well.
That's really beautiful. And you are a mother of two beautiful kids, Kajol, yourself. How did you channelize those motherly instincts or the emotion that you share with your kids, on the kids there on set as Ambika?
Well, I had to. The girl who's playing my daughter in the film is Khaireen. Her name is Khaireen Sharma, and she's lovely. She's lovely, but she's like a typical teenager. She's such a typical teenager. Fortunately, I had some experience in raising the teenagers in my house, so yeah, it was a little challenging, really, to get her to talk, etc. Because she's a little quiet.
Okay.
But yeah, I think we got along really well, and she's lovely. She's absolutely lovely to work with, and I think as a veteran on the set, I would like to say. I make it sound bad, but it's actually quite a good thing. It falls to me to make sure that we are all we're all on the same page, really, and that there is a certain vibe on the set, that a camaraderie, a communication, and yeah, I've tried to do that with everybody in the film, really.
And the theme is mythological horror, right,
Yeah.
Kajol? And it's quite serious in nature as well. It comes with a very strong message. But let me also give you a trivia about myself. I share a quality with you, which is when I start laughing or giggling, I can't stop myself. So despite of the theme being extremely serious, so you also having fair share of challenges at the sets, were there any instances at the set where you could not just stop laughing and had to take a pause and then come back to the mood?
There were, there really were, and I have to tell you, the scene was quite intense, because I think we were shooting the car scene where we were action with there's a car chase. I think part of it is there in the trailer as well. And there was one shot, there was a close-up of her. She has to come to me, and I don't know, she said something to me. And I have started laughing, and I could not stop giggling. And then every time she had to say that dialogue to me, I was like, oh my God, you have to change this dialogue. I can't stop laughing with her. It took me like a good 8-10 minutes to control myself. And poor Vishal, he's, ma'am. उन्होंने भी मैम इतनी बार बोला है. Okay, I'm really trying, but you've got to understand, it's like a thing, yeah. You can't stop once you start, right?
And I know doitos are no catchy in nature, but the word doito is quite catchy. I heard it in trailer, and I kept repeating to everybody in my office that if you won't listen to me, there'll be a doito running behind you. But doito in Kajol's life, if I could ask about a phase or any challenge that you might have come across in 34 years of your trajectory and your history.
I think the biggest doito that I don't know whether everybody else has faced it or not, but is myself in my life. Sometimes it is yourself that you're fighting the most, and most of the times it is yourself and your own thoughts that you're fighting off, and working without. So yeah, I would say that the doito in my life is myself and my own mind, really.
That's really beautiful. And I saw something really interesting, a trend that we also spotted being done by the cricketers. Once they used to wear and adorn the jerseys with their mother's name written on it. Now I'm looking at, the credits where producers, directors, everybody have written their mother's name as their middle name, which is quite beautiful. Do you think that since you are a trendsetter yourself, is that going to change the trend in the Bollywood industry as well, or the entertainment industry for that matter?
I honestly don't know. I really don't know. I cannot take the onus of that, of who chooses to do what after this particular thing, but I really hope more people do, because I don't know whether we give that much credit to the person who has given us so much life, blood, stem cells, and created us literally out of her own flesh and blood. It's an act of creation, and she deserves much more than being faceless and nameless.
And having stories around our mothers and how heroic they have been in our life, and why should we be celebrating? We have had such stories in the past. Do you think over the years we have come too far from that point where we will have to tell people that, please celebrate your mother as equally as you do your father?
That's a story that I think is evolving with time. That is evolving. And whether we tell people that they should celebrate their mothers. I think the good thing is that we've reached that point where the mothers are celebrating themselves.
Wow, that's beautiful.
So yeah, we are reaching that point
Yeah.
where the mothers are like, okay, baby, you know, it's enough now. I'm taking this day off. I'm taking time off. I'm going for a holiday with my friends. Yeah, apna khana sambhal lena.
That's really nice. That's really very interesting. Also, let me circle back to, you know, significance of Ma in your life, but let me also ask the spiritual reality and presence of it in your life. We see the beautiful videos and pictures every year during the puja celebrations, you adorning those beautiful saris, celebrating, immersing yourself in the, you know, spiritual realm. But I also spotted the Pratima of Ma Kali in the trailer. How did you channelize the energy emanating from that Pratima?
Oh my God, it was amazing. It was really, really amazing. I think for the first 3-4 days, the statue was covered. They'd put a huge big cloth over it. And for the first 3-4 days that we shot on set, I didn't see her. And it was just, you know, it's how you anticipation. So every day we would pass by, cross by, look at her. Has the cloth been taken off? No. It's not been taken off as yet, not as yet, not as yet. And then eventually on the 5th day, I mean, we had to take the cloth off for one of the scenes where, you know, she had to be there, she had to be shown. And, you know, I was completely and totally awestruck. She's so beautiful. She really is like stunning. And I was grateful down to my very toes that I was standing in front of her, I was working in front of her, everything was like, I was doing everything that I do in my life in front of her. So I cannot think that it was anything other than her blessing on me for that very reason.
At any point of given time during the sets, did you feel that energy coming in from the Pratima directly
Absolutely,
to you?
absolutely. No two ways about it. And especially during the song when we were shooting, I think it's just such a, it's such a rebellious song. It's such a wonderfully rousing song. So I think everybody who heard it, everybody who felt it, it was like hypnotic for us to watch it, to work there.
I got goosebumps.
Yeah, all of it. It's amazing. You know, you literally singing, you're watching her, and you're doing your own thing at the. There was this amazing synergistic energy that was like kind of swirling around the sets. You can see it in the
Yes,
song.
yeah.
I mean, you can see it. I don't need to, you know, describe it. You can see it in the song. I've got goosebumps.
While you were explaining it, I got goosebumps. If I could ask you about the better half, what kind of a producer has he been to you?
He's been wonderful, actually. He's really, really been wonderful, and been a very, very hands-on producer, from the VFX to the, you know, to the action, to even the music for that matter. So he's been, and the promotions, of course. But he's not here.
Yeah. But in the world of, you know, the trends where we are looking at, you know, universes coming, we are looking at Spy Universe, say, you know, the horror universe as well. When Shaitan and Ma comes together, when they cross the path, how is the story going to be taken forward? How will the two energies collide?
I have no idea. When this film does well, let's say it together. Let's say it together.
Okay, this film is absolutely going to do wonders at the box office.
When the film does well.
When the film does well,
So, since we're manifesting it, when the film does well. When the film does well, then we will talk about it, and we will come back here and we will discuss it.
absolutely. And also, we seldom have heard from our grandparents and parents when we used to act up as children that, you know, if you won't eat, then there's going to be a shaitan who is sitting right under your bed. Did you ever hear any such tales from your grandparents or parents?
I
trying to-
troubled my parents a lot for food. मैंने अपनी माँ को बहुत तंग किया खाने के मामले में, और फिर मुझे बेटी मिली और फिर मुझे समझ में आया कि मैंने उनको कितना तंग किया था. But no, I was not scared enough like that. I was just 2 थप्पड़ मार के खिला दिया मैंने. खिला दिया उन्होंने मुझे. और so I was very fussy eater. And no, I wasn't scared though. My mother didn't scare me. My mother scared me in other ways.
Did you try any of those tactics on your kids?
कोशिश तो की थी बच्चों के साथ.
Well, that's a wrap from my side as of now on page 3, but do stay tuned. We will come back next week with much more conversations and gossips and, of course, the big headlines from the entertainment world. Till then, take care, stay entertained, and ciao.